How's it going, guys? Cameron here, and it's been quite some time since I've spoken to you in any regard about our podcast. I want to say it's been almost 4 months since our last substantial update or episode, which I apologize profusely for, but I felt like I wanted to make a video today just to give you an update about the status of the podcast, what's been going on, why we haven't been making anything, and just kind of touch base with some people because despite us being incredibly dormant for quite some time now, some listens have come through, some likes have come through, some comments have come through, and it's really cool to see people are still listening to the old episodes. So I felt at the very least I owed an explanation of what's going on, and I just felt like, updating you guys on the status of things. So, the unfortunate truth is that between people's busy schedules, some personal things going on in, a number of our lives the last couple months, and Steven's departure from the podcast, it was just really hard to maintain what we initially set out to do with it. So we kind of had to completely reevaluate how we wanted to do things, which eventually started off as just Justin and I trying to proceed, just the two of us. But that kind of hit a snag because it really just hasn't had the same energy that the original episodes did. So we kind of just put things on hold, and then real life just piled onto that and made things even tougher to get back into doing it. But the honest truth is that I remain just as excited as ever about potentially doing more episodes. I've still been gaming plenty, and in fact just played 3 pretty significant games, in regard to my own interest just recently that I'd really like to talk about. And those are, Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, and Resident Evil 7, which I just beat last night. I'll save an elongated discussion of those 3 games for another video or individual videos for each or a podcast, but I'll just quickly give you my thoughts on them here real fast. Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy being my favorite series ever, I was really hyped up for it. Overall, I thought it was a very good game. Not quite a great game, but a very, very good game. I absolutely loved my time with it. I beat it, put 100 plus hours into it, and still have stuff I could do, and still have stuff I'm looking forward to with the DLC. I didn't think the story and the character development quite lived up to what the rest of the game offered, but overall, I absolutely loved my time with it, and there was a lot of aspects about it that I thought were just fantastic. The Last Guardian, I thought was an absolutely beautiful game. I had never played Eco or Shadows of the Colossus, so I didn't really quite know what to expect despite the acclaim those games have gotten. But The Last Guardian was a very unique experience for me, really beautifully done, masterfully crafted, gorgeous to look at, a really moving story despite the lack of narrative, and one that pretty much gave me exactly what I was hoping to get out of it. So I was really glad I played that and really got what I was hoping would be the end result of it when I first saw sort of the early stuff for the game's development. Finally, Resident Evil 7, I just finished last night, and it absolutely scared the crap out of me. I'm not much of a horror game aficionado, but I was really excited for that in particular because early stuff for it really struck me as being sort of, perfectly creepy and really intriguing. And, the game just flat out scared the hell out of me. I really enjoyed it. There was things I could nitpick about it, but honestly, I just thought it was an awesome return to form for the series. And I plan to play the DLC that just came out yesterday soon and hope they do more with it because Resident Evil 7 just kicked ass. So those are just examples of 3 games that I've played since we stopped doing podcast episodes that I personally would love to talk about. Now, my sincere hope is that in the future, Justin and I, along with maybe a new podcast member or, intermittent guests, could keep making more episodes. But I wanted to release this today just to say that we didn't just drop off the face of the earth. I didn't, lose my interest in gaming. The podcast didn't just completely dissipate. It just kind of hit a roadblock that we haven't moved past. And then work commitments and other stuff just kind of made it, get pushed onto the back burner for quite some time. But it has been really, really cool to see you guys still listening to old episodes. Know that if we can, I want to make more, and that I think there's some really fun topics we can make more on, and that hopefully you'll hear more from us in the near future. So thank you for all the support. Thank you for your listenership. Game on. If you haven't played any of those 3 games I just mentioned, I do highly recommend all 3 of them, regardless of what your interests are, because I think they're all worth playing, and hopefully you'll hear from us soon. Thanks as always, guys, and take care.